Hey, you want to submit us some new music here at Smile Radio? If you're an independent artist or part of an indie band, drop me an email, Ritchie, Ritchie, .Johnston, JOHNSTON, at smileradio.co. Drop us an email with a bio, let us know a little bit about you, where we can hear your music, where we can catch you live and see you playing. It doesn't matter where in the world you are, because it's all about growing that global audience. So yeah, here's some more great independent music here on Smile Radio, the home of the best new music, independent artists, featured artists from around the world, and great entertainment. So, you know, stay tuned. Great stuff coming up. This is your Smile Radio.
Are you a small independent business looking to build your customer base? Are you looking for easy and affordable advertising? Then come on over to Smile Radio. Email Richard Harrison, richard@smileradio.co for more information. We offer affordable packages for small businesses to advertise on air for up to 1 minute for promos, advertisements, and we even offer show sponsorship too. So come on over to Smile Radio, the home of the best entertainment, best new music, independent featured artists every day. Here, only on Smile Radio.
Do you need some fresh music? Yes. Sick of the same old songs, non-stop 24/7? Well, okay then. Don't worry. We have you covered.
Like me?
No, not quite.
Interesting.
This is Smile Radio, the home of the best new independent rock, alternative, pop, and great entertainment.
Good evening, welcome. It is Thursday night here at Smile Radio. You know what it is. It's the GameboyZ here for the next couple of hours, rocking out with the best independent music, talking about the most randomest stuff possible. And as you can hear in the background, we have got the Avengers theme. So yes, we will be talking about the end game because we're in the end game now. However, there won't be any spoilers because, yeah, we're not like that. We're not going to ruin it for you. We know that the fans need to see this film first before we can really tackle it by the balls. Anyway, this is the GameboyZ. It is NSFW, so if you're rather sensitive to offensive material, it's probably best you turn away now. But anyway, I'm going to bring two of our three other GameboyZ in because they're here this evening nice and early. We've got the Losthunstman, the main man of the middle, the big mech armor man, our very own, what was it, Star-Lord? Jonathan, the Losthunstman Edwards. Yes, so Star-Lord. We were saying earlier on this evening, it was like, right, so we're kind of going to have to go with the idea that we're kind of like Smiles Radio's Avengers because there's a big team of us, you know. I've made you all mech in the poster and stuff, and then there's you like, yeah, I'm going to be Star-Lord. Like, you know, making it awkward and that. So yeah, anyway. Moving over. We've also joined this evening by Dark Fusion 49.
I'll be Iron Man if you want.
No, it's too late now. You've chose. You made it. It's time to shuffle on to the next guy. Right, Ryin Leeder, the Dark Fusion 48.5. How are you doing this evening?
Nah, I'm good.
Our very own Super Mario. How, like, you know, we've had a little bit of a trigger
I
moment.
thought you were going to say I'm the Hulk for anger issues or something. So
if anybody's the Hulk around here today, buddy, it's blatantly me. Come on, mate. You can be like Rocket Raccoon if anybody. He's quite angry. So yeah, there you go. From Mario to Rocket Raccoon. You know, but yeah, so the GameboyZ are here this evening. How are you guys
I'd
feeling?
say that's an upgrade.
Because tomorrow it's all about going to see Endgame. You guys are off to see Endgame. I'm hopefully seeing Endgame tomorrow. I've got a lot of high hopes.
Well, Ryan's not because he's lonely.
Oh, is he not going now?
no, I will go even if I have to go by myself.
You have to go by yourself, man. It's like, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you get your box of popcorn and just jerk yourself off in the back row. You know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? But yeah, exciting times ahead. I am looking forward to Endgame. I cannot wait to see this film in cinemas in its full IMAX glory because you know it's been shot all in IMAX. So if you go see it in the regular 2D showings, you're missing like the top and the bottom of the screen. Not that that's obviously very important in bits. I mean, you'd be able to see a dude fall in like 1 second before he actually falls onto your 2D screen. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, anyway, welcoming in to the group now. We've also just been joined by the Prizm himself. It's James Herrington. How you doing, James Herrington?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, man. You?
Yeah, thank you for joining us, like, kind of on time for the show this evening as well. What can I say, you know, miracles
Well, it
can
is.
happen.
How many minutes late? 2 minutes late.
2 minutes late, you know.
No, nah. I was online at 9.
He was online at
No,
9.
you
Yeah, but
He
you
was
weren't
waiting
in
to
the
get
party, were you?
So yeah,
There's
and
a reason I wasn't in the party, wasn't there?
Oh, is there? Okay. I'll listen to it. It's all kicking off tonight on the Game Boys. Anyway, without further ado, let's kick over to one of our first songs of the evening. So we've got a great playlist of music lined up. Now, the first song of the evening comes from some of our featured artists. In fact, we've got 4 or 5 featured artists throughout the show this evening. The first band is born of the iPod generation. They write music the way they grew up listening to it, best described as shuffle. The band's catalogue covers a lot of sonic ground of what started as living room concerts for the parents at the ages of 6, 8 and 11, which is something else I'll talk about a little bit later, would lead to over a decade later hearing themselves on Sirius XM radio and performing for over 7,000 people at a sold-out crowd at Puerto Rico's Wild Summer Festival. So what a way to go. They've got a new song that's actually coming out on Friday called Push the Pace. This band, hailing from Toronto, is Beyond the Sun. And you know what, I'm not going to play Push the Pace tonight because I'm going to save that for tomorrow night's Renegade Rock Hours because, you know, that's the show to tune in for, obviously. But yeah, no, I found another one of their songs that I wanted to play for you this evening because we want to play it on launch day to promote it and that. But this is The Sound of Summer from Beyond the Sun. You're listening to the Game Boys. This is Thursday night here at Smile Radio. We're the very own Avengers and we're kicking it off with some absolute spot on music. Here we go with Beyond the Sun. This one is The Sound of Summer. Welcome back. It's Smile Radio this Thursday night. That's the game. This is the GameboyZ even. That was the GameboyZ. This is the GameboyZ, and that was Beyond the Sun with the Sound of Summer. We've got their brand new song, Push the Pace, tomorrow night on the Renegade Rock Hours, which you can catch from 10 o'clock here on Smile Radio. Now I'm bringing the lads back in now for some of that good old GameboyZ banter. In between songs, however, we learned an interesting trivia fact. I don't know if we should share it on the radio show because,
Yeah, we can share it after.
Yeah, you can share it.
Everybody got to hear it on Mixer. If you're tuning into Mixer right now, you can catch the lads on there. They are under their aliases Losthunstman, Dark Fusion 48, and Prizm JH. You can check them out now. What games are you guys playing this evening?
Well, me and Ryan are sat on Battlefield 5.
Battlefield 5. Now, if you're watching the Facebook Live, you'll see that I'm actually been playing some Final Fantasy 7 this week, which is something we're going to talk about in the gaming section because, Johnny's also been revisiting Final Fantasy. I've been playing 7 and he's been playing 15 at the moment. So, yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Interesting trivia factoid. Things that you should never do when you're gaming. Jam has completed this off of his checklist. He dropped nuggets. How do you drop nuggets while playing games, Jam?
I wouldn't really call it nuggets.
Oh, was it not nuggets? Was it,
It was not nuggets, no.
More of a creamy thick
More
shake,
like
yeah?
corns.
More rusty rain.
More rusty rain, okay. Rusty raining while gaming is the way to go. Oh, man. Things you learn on Mixer, yeah, I tell you. But welcome to the GameboyZ. It's Thursday night. We're here every Thursday from 9 PM. We're going to talk film and games. Tonight we're going to talk a little bit about Ghetto Game of Thrones. It's a little concept I came up with earlier on today when me and Johnny were talking, because Johnny's the big Game of Thrones fan, whereas I'm not the Game of Thrones fan that I probably should be.
It's a puta.
It's not that I'm a puta, it's just that, I've got better shows to watch like Narcos and, shows that have meaning like The Flash.
Yeah, I give Ritchie that one. The Flash is quite good.
The Flash was quite good. It's kind of got a bit too lovey-dovey for me lately.
It's like all the DC TV shows. They were good when they started.
Well, that's it. They all started off actiony, and then they've kind of all gone romance over the long-term game, and I don't really understand it, to be honest. It's like, what's love got to do with dishing out an ass whooping? So does just a general ass whipping sells as well, man. It's like, I'd watch each week if the Flash was just to beat down on some bad villain and not deal with his relationship issues, because we have to deal with that enough in real life and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's one of those.
Yeah, but he's dealing with a different sort of issue this time.
You know what I say? If you've got an issue, here's a tissue. I always say that to Jake when he moans at me. Now it's kind of got to that point in a father-son relationship. But big news from the GameboyZ this week. We've actually just started launching our own t-shirt range and hoodie range. We've got some great designs coming out of GameboyZ Laboratory at the moment. Support a show. Drop on over to the GameboyZ of Smile Radio and check out our new little store. You can get one of the great logo t-shirts and be repping the boys wherever you go. Become one of the elite and get some of our limited edition merchandise. I say it's limited edition. It's just because we haven't sold any yet, so the first one's obviously going to be limited until the second one's sold. Yes. It's one of those, isn't it? But you can check out our great...
people will sell it.
Well, that's it. You check out our great merchandise. We're now on Instagram as well, GameboyZ with a Z of Smile, where you'll be able to see posts about the t-shirts, updates about the show, updates about everything else on there as well. Now, don't forget, this is your Smile Radio, home of the best independent rock, pop, alternative, and gaming shows such as ourselves. Now, gaming section this week. Has anybody got any specific highlights that they've been playing of games that have just sort of enthralled them now? Jam, I'll start with you, as it was your birthday this week as well, so happy birthday, Jam. You've been dabbling into the realms of F1, and last week you was gonna enthrall us with some F1 banner. So hit us up with what you've been playing F1 wise this week.
Well, I've been doing a couple of races on my own because these two won't do it.
Yeah.
And overall it's pretty funny. Like, you just drive around with your mates. One of them will get too impatient and then start crashing into everyone.
Yeah, but...
Not mentioning any names. He knows who he is.
It's kind of what it is, isn't it, with F1? It's because it's a one-track race. You can't really crash into anything.
It's very repetitive.
Yeah, it's like watching you guys play it the other day while I was waiting to get into the game. That's it. I just want to be all like Raid Rash and like Thunderdames. Like 20 men go in and like 2.5 men come out. The half man just literally calls it. That's what I want to see in them sort of games, man. So F1's
we know Ritchie loves Burnout.
I don't mind Burnout, to be
gosh.
fair. Paradise City was one of my favourite games back then.
It was a brilliant game to be
It
fair.
was beautiful.
Great game. And the remastered version currently in EA Access as well, so something worth checking out and revisiting down memory lane.
Might have
If
to
you
be
want some
something.
like real balls
Let's
to
do
the
it.
wall racing and that, I know how you guys all like bum like Fast and the Furious and that, so yeah, we've kind of got to dish some of that out over the next week. I mean, obviously me and Johnny are the Hobson Shaw of the group. Rhino's
Yep.
Vin Diesel's
In
sister.
your imaginations.
And
Why am I the sister?
Because I said you're a
Why am I the
sister.
sister?
Okay.
Jam's more like a female than I am.
Yeah, well he's
What?
he's Michelle
I'd say
Rodriguez, isn't
Mark's
he?
more the sister.
I'm who?
Okay.
Okay, alright,
Oh, hi
Ryan.
guys.
Female.
Ryan could be Paul Walker then, yeah. Does that make about sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
Makes
Paul-
sense.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he-
I'll take that.
Yeah, so you'll be happy to be in a couple with Mark then, that's cool. Well, at least we've covered that tonight.
Oh
That's
no.
You see how we walked him into that one a little
Confirmed.
bit, But yeah, it's all confirmed. Wait for it. Triggered will be happening very shortly with Rhino. So yeah, Rhino, what else have you been playing this week, gaming-wise?
Not really a lot, to be fair. I've literally just come off work, so I've been sleeping most of the day.
There's our Rhino,
FIFA.
always positive as happy. I mean, in between, like, we've had a whole week of gaming. What have you been playing this week? It's not just down to what you've been playing today, bud.
Probably,
FIFA.
I haven't really been playing nothing new yet. It's been mostly FIFA. I played a bit of F1 with Johnny today.
Played a
We
bit of-
will not speak of how that went.
Played some Battlefield
Yeah.
5 as well, which is what you guys are currently playing at the moment. You've been playing a couple. There's a new mode that's just been released for it, hasn't there? That you guys have been playing. Am I right in thinking?
It's not really a new mode. It's a limited. Well, it is, but it's a limited time game mode, and it's.
But it kind of
It's
sucks for people
alright.
with limited time. So yeah, that's cool. It's just alright. It's just alright. Right. Okay. Cool. And then obviously
It's a lot like Metro. If you've ever played Metro
I
on
hated
either
Metro.
3 or 4,
I hated Metro so much that
it's like all the points are in a line, and you've got to grind your way to push forwards
yeah, it made me
or
want
hold
to
the enemy.
burn a digital copy of Battlefield 4 to Metro. So yeah, let's not really retread that turf. Yeah. Johnny, you've been hitting Final Fantasy 15 this week. Now you didn't actually complete the game when it
Yeah.
came out on that, so you're kind of retreading old steps, but you've kind of like you're gonna finish this game for the first time. Now me, I finished Final Fantasy 15. Quite a big Final Fantasy fan. Like I can sort of tell you what happens in most of the games. I can't tell you half the characters though because I come from a generation of renaming
there's so
your
many of
Final
them.
Fantasy characters. Yeah. So there's a character of Final Fantasy 7, which you watch it on the Facebook live stream at the moment, and his name's like Red 13, so I named him Big Red because I just thought, hey, he looks like a Big Red. So yeah, whenever you're watching the videos, Red 13 is Big Red in there tonight, and yeah. But let's talk a little bit about old versus new. So Final Fantasy 15 is a lot more quick-paced, and it's more of a like slash 'em type game when it comes to sort of like the combat system, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot more limited on characters as well.
Yeah, I found that. I mean, with I'm sort of revisiting Final Fantasy 7 myself at the moment, and there's like a plethora of characters. There's even characters that are hidden that you could miss throughout the game. That you go through the whole game without unlocking these characters, and I've unlocked them as I go. There's even like 20 years later after playing the game the first time, because I played it, completed it, and then forgot about it. And then they've recently released it on Xbox. They're releasing all of the Final Fantasies remastered on the Xbox. However, 8 is missing out of the collection. It starts with 7 and then it goes 9, 10, which is mixed with 10 and 10 too, and then 11. But you can get them now on Xbox One, but they're missing out on Final Fantasy 8 because it was the one that hit and missed the fans, and people didn't really take to it as much as they sort of kind of hoped. So yeah, we won't be seeing Final Fantasy 8. I was quite a fan of that game with the Gunblade and the whole time travel sort of storyline and that, I've got to admit. But overall, let's get a review on the game this week, which was Final Fantasy 15 from Johnny. What would you review it as? What would be your score for Final Fantasy?
Gameplay, I'd give it a strong 10. Storyline, a 7. It is quite a overdone storyline and quite predictable.
Yeah.
I found.
Have you other guys played Final Fantasy 15 at all?
Nope.
I haven't played Final Fantasy 15 now.
It's something, honestly.
I kind of stopped after 13.
It's kind
I
of
haven't
worth
played a
it
single
in.
one.
It's got a decent-ish storyline to it. Again, like Johnny, I'd kind of give it an 8 out of 10. But when I go back and play the 20-year-old game, I'd give that like a 9 out of 10. in today's sort of ratings because it still stands the test of time. And I think that might be because it's the first RPG I ever got into, so yeah, there's that little bit of biased love towards it, but it's still a solid game.
Yeah, but they also put more effort into the storylines back then as well, though, to be fair.
I'm 50 hours into a 3-disc game at the moment, and I've still not got... I'm kind of ready to do the last boss bit, but I've still just got to clear up the last little bits of the plot threads that I haven't sort of sorted out, and that's like a 50 hours of like solid gameplay in that. I don't even know how I fit 50 hours in there, but I did it. Here comes to here's to hour 60. Anyway, let's have some more...
He's been obsessed.
I have been obsessed. Anyway, let's
That's
have
an
some
understatement.
more new music here on Smile Radio. It's the Game Boys, and we're 20 minutes into the show already, so let's have some great more unsigned music. Next up on the list is Running Home. This is by a band called Limited Time. So yeah, check these ones out. All of the great unsigned artists that you're hearing tonight, you can catch them on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and all great music listening sites. Not only that, some of the artists are also featured artists here at Smile Radio. You can check them out, www.smileradio.co/featured artists. Anyway, here's Running Home. This is by Limited Time. Oh, sorry, I'm having technical difficulties there. Welcome back. That one there was Sloan Peterson. Before that was Monroes, What Did You Expect? And kicking off the triple play there was Returning, was Limited Time and Running Home. You can tell I'm catching my breath. I'm just having a moment. It's been an all-round, like, weird day to sort of summarise it. Anyway, it's time for that. It's that time for a word from our sponsor. Can't even get me words out this evening. Now it's time for a word from some of our sponsors here at Smile Radio. So, yeah, check some of these out.
Are you a small independent business looking to build your customer base? Are you looking for easy and affordable advertising? Then come on over to Smile Radio. Email Richard at smileradio.co for more information. We offer affordable packages for small businesses to advertise on air for up to 1 minute for promos, advertisements, and we even offer show sponsorship too. So come on over to Smile Radio, the home of the best entertainment, best new music, independent featured artists every day. Here, only on Smile Radio.
If you're looking for custom-made curtains and blinds, get yourself down to the Curtain Shop. Visit our showrooms at Kingsway Ossett or High Street, Normanton. For all your curtains, blinds and upholstery needs, go to the Curtain Shop. And if you mention Smile Radio, you'll qualify for free lining for all custom-made curtains. The Curtain Shop, Kingsway Ossett and High Street, Normanton. The Curtain Shop.
Yeah, we're back here on air. It's the Game Boys this Thursday night. I'm going to bring the lads back in now. We're going to talk about film. Here we go. Here they come back in now. Hello, lads. How's it going?
What?
That well, huh?
It's alright if Jam wasn't shouting at his brother.
Yeah, well, you know, family life. So, yeah, let's talk about the film side of things. So, Avengers Endgame, we're all sort of in the queue to get ready to go see that. We will be seeing it over the weekend. I have just actually seen the best review of it on Facebook ever. Without spoilers, of course. This is a non-spoilerific review. A friend of mine posted this, that he was sat down, and this guy, I love this guy to bits. He's really hard to sort of please when it comes to films like that, right? So he was, yeah, it's a film, it's long, 30 minutes in, my girlfriend asked what was going on after something had happened, we ate food, and then we passed out, and that's it. And to me, that's a positive review from him, because whenever it comes to films, he's straight up like, I will stab that film in the nutsack, I swear to God. So, yeah, already getting great reviews coming in for Avengers Endgame and that.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I didn't know films had them.
Well, you know, it depends. It depends on what the film
They
is.
do
like.
now.
Well, they do now, yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm really excited for Endgame. Get to find out the conclusion to Infinity War, which ended on a high note there. I don't know. Have you seen Infinity War yet, Jam? Can we talk about this still yet, or what?
No, of course he hasn't seen it.
Well, true Marvel fans stay till the end credits.
He can't be bothered to get off his arse.
Zero Marvel
put the
fans
DVD
don't like listen to anything at all. Anyway, so yeah, I'm really excited. I'm you know, seeing the original six back on the screen to sort of bring back the rest of the. I don't know how many of them is there now. There's like that universe has expanded out heavily over the last 11 years, and it's going to keep expanding. We've got some great franchises apparently in the works over the next 5 years, which are going to be a little bit different to, you know, stuff that's
Can't
already
wait for
sort
the
of been
Black
out.
Widow solo movie.
Yeah, you know, how long has that been in the works for? We've been waiting for that one for like God knows how long, and that, and, you know, I think it's got the ground to be a really great espionage film, because that's what she's all about, is the espionage side of it. It's not about being a super powered hero or anything. She is just straight up a spy, and yeah, I want to see her taking names and kicking ass and like being all out of milk and everything. And it's Scarlett Johansson. I can sit there and watch that for about 4 hours. So yeah, you know, there's that one. But yeah,
Which part? The milk part?
well, you know,
Or the badass part?
maybe a bit of both. We'll see. But yeah, Black Widow solo film, a long time in the works. And you know, it's really weird that DC, as much as they get slated, were the first ones to actually do the female superhero. They had Wonder Woman out. Like, they was like, yeah, our films keep getting slated, but at least we've got a female character who's got a presence, you know. And Wonder Woman was, I liked it, but it's not one of those that I could go back and sit through and watch again. I don't know. I don't know what you guys' thoughts are on it.
See, I thought it was the best DC movie I've seen.
Yeah, that's.
Which doesn't mean much.
It's not hard to beat, though, is it?
Out of all of them.
But yeah.
Out of all of them, that's the one I would go back and watch.
It's funny, because for me it was Suicide Squad, or at least it was the first 100 times that Jake actually made me watch it, because I really enjoyed Suicide Squad. I'm excited for Suicide Squad 2 though, because in the interlude when James Gunn wasn't with Marvel, he sneaked aboard and signed on to do that. So yeah, he's written instead of doing, well, as well as doing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, he's also going to be doing Suicide Squad, but it's not Suicide Squad 2, it's actually going to be a reboot, is the word on the street about this at the moment as well. So, you know, that's pretty crazy.
It's probably a good thing, to be fair, because it didn't make much sense, let's be honest.
Well,
there's that.
And some of the actors could have been cast a bit better.
Yeah, there's that as well. But with it, on that note as well, that's the thing. I mean, with the DC films, the studio has a lot of interaction, because it's not like it's DC Studios. Like Marvel has Marvel Studios, and they're like their own independent company at Disney. They have to just get certain, like, they have to ask certain permissions and stuff, but they've got the free reign to do that, whereas DC hasn't. They're kind of reined under that Warner Brothers spotlight a little bit more, and so Warner Brothers kind of get involved. And I mean, they've been in the family film industry for like over 100 years and that now, and it's kind of one of those that it's like, yeah, you may have been in the film industry side of it, but you don't understand what the comic book fans want, and that's the hard thing. And Marvel have kind of understood what the comic book fans want with their films, and it's very much the Marvel versus DC argument, and it's always sort of been there. It is a case that Marvel does have the better films, however DC did have the better series. And on that note, today I saw a trailer for Swamp Thing, another upcoming one to the DC Universe slate of shows, which is another online streaming service that DC have launched, which is all DC exclusive shows, coming at the end of May. Swamp Thing looks pretty horrific. Do you guys know much about Swamp Thing?
No,
Nope.
I don't personally.
See, I've kind of caught him throughout a couple of comics when he's been in the Justice League Dark and everything like that. But for me, Swamp Thing is this movie, this cheap-ass movie that was made in the 80s. And yeah, I remember the movies more than I remember him in the comic books and that. And to be fair, for B movies, they actually stood up quite well, like special effects wise. I mean, I'm going to tell you straight, it looked like watching a Godzilla film from the 50s and that, but it kind of stood up to that sort of B movie vibe. And they actually, like, you know, consider it as a time when superheroes didn't generally wear those sort of costumes on screen. It was nice to see a screen interpretation of Swamp Thing that actually kind of looked like Swamp Thing at the time. They changed his origin up a little bit more, because originally he's kind of the essence of the green of the planet. But for the film they kind of made it, and this kind of origin's been used in and out, that he was a scientist that gets kind of like burnt in a lab fire, and the chemicals mix with the bayou that he falls in, and he becomes the Swamp Thing, which is the guardian of the green and all of that. But yeah, it's getting a live action series, and it actually looks pretty horrific as well. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, I am pretty interested in watching that, because again, DC, they do know their shows when it comes to movies. Not so much, unfortunately. So yeah, other movie news this week. James Bond 25. They've been releasing a few little tidbits about it. We've got Freddie Mercury, Ryan's favourite. Rami Malek. He's going to be playing the villain in Bond 25.
White Swallow.
Yeah, White Swallow Jim.
Oh, for God's sake! Just because I go to the gym.
But
Just because I can
At
get off
late
my
o'clock
ass and
at
go
night
to the gym.
with a dude.
Yeah, with a dude with his hood up and a little bit of shame on his brow and that. But yeah, on the note of Bond 25, Rami Malek's been cast the villain. Felix Leiter, Bond's brother from another agency, also casted for a return. The fabulous Jeffrey, I can't remember his friggin' surname right now, but it'll come to me in a bit. He's reprising his role of Felix Leiter that he's had in Quantum of Solace and Casino Royale. And the premise they've given for the synopsis is that it starts off with Bond in Jamaica, retired from the service, enjoying a casual life, but he's called back into the service to take on a villain that's got some superpowered tech. Now, a lot of radio outlets have been reporting that the title for the film is going to be Eclipse, which is not a bad title, to be fair, but when I was listening to the premise of it, when I read through the premise of it today, there was one previous Bond film that kind of stuck out to me, especially with how Rami Malek looks as well. And he has got a very definitive look, and he's a very talented actor, and I'll give him that. But he kind of reminded me of Dr. No, and the synopsis of the story kind of sounds like Dr. No a little bit. It takes us to Jamaica, which Dr. No was primarily set in when the original film came out. And we've had Casino Royale, which was the first book in the Bond series. So it kind of makes sense that if they want to reincorporate Bond into the 21st century, taking elements from the books, that we get a little bit of Dr. No in there, maybe. I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts on this?
I'm not big into the Bond books, but They have done a lot of the ones I know of, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but again,
And also, is it Daniel Craig again?
It's going to be Daniel Craig. I think
Is it the new one?
Going to be his final film as Bond as well. He said that about the last film, and they managed to persuade him back with a massive paycheck. So again, it's kind of one of those that is he really gone? You know, but yeah, he's reprising a role as James Bond again. He's coming back for Bond 25. And yeah, it sounds really, really interesting. I can't actually wait to find out a little bit more about that as time progresses. Anything else that you guys have been looking out for this week that you've kind of seen that you just thought?
John Wick 3.
John Wick 3.
Trailer for that. Ooh.
Oh, of course, yes. How could we have forgot John Wick 3? It's called Parabellum, isn't it? It's not Chapter 3. It's just John Wick Parabellum. And oh my god, it ups the ante. I've been waiting for this film since the end of 2, and that big moment at the end where he's sort of like, everybody's after John Wick now, but you know that John Wick can take on everybody anyway. And it's kind of one of those. John Wick to me, it's like, who do you reckon would win in a fight, John Wick or Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris.
Any day.
Oh, you listen to the division there, like Rhino straight up, yeah, Chuck Norris, and Johnny's like John Wick. Now I've got to join Johnny's camp here, John Wick, because he did the impossible task that we don't actually know of, but we kind of do if you follow the comic. There's a John Wick comic book series at the moment, and you can kind of follow it, and it's all about what he did to get out of the game the first time and his like origin story of how he became John Wick and stuff. But I'm pretty sure John Wick could lay it down against Chuck Norris. I mean, I'm secretly kind of hoping for that little bit of a Chuck Norris like drop in John Wick where he has to fight Chuck Norris and we get to see what it's like, because you know it's kind of like you need a big bad, and well, we've got to so far. It's got to be Chuck. You know, come on, the ultimate big bad out there. Got to be Chuck Norris, right? So yeah.
Have you seen his training montages? Like the little videos that keep popping up of Keanu Reeves actually training for it?
Yeah, his training levels are crazy though, because he kind of did the same thing when The Matrix come out. I mean, he's one of these actors that when he gets invested in a film, he gets invested in a film like down to the like. He learned so many different styles of kung fu for The Matrix, and yeah, it's kind of like what you know. He's a very talented guy, as Keanu. I wouldn't mess with him. So yeah, I actually think when it came down to it, he's this generation's Chuck Norris, you know. But an all-round nice
Chuck
guy.
Norris is badass, but Keanu's just cold-blooded.
Keanu, he knows though, yeah.
I'm gonna let you get your attack in. I am going to finish you off in the most brutal way I possibly can and quickest way.
Very much.
There's no messing around.
Oh no, there's no messing around at all. It's all about just like, you know what, you've crossed me. You dead man. You dead. I'll catch you. Anyway, let's have some more music now on the Game Boys. Coming up to 45 minutes into the show now. We're going to have another one of Smile Radio's featured artists. This is Hypnotize, and it's a new one by featured artist Wild Horse, and it's from their album or EP Dance Like an Animal. Go check them out. They're on Spotify. They're also featured artists on Smile Radio. www.smileradio.co/featured artist. Here's Hypnotize. This is by Wild Horse.
All I see is in your eyes. Oh girl, you know I don't look twice. Well, come on, baby, come on now. Oh yeah, well, come on, baby, come on down. Well, 'cause you know that it's all in the sun. Yeah, it's all in the sun. Yeah, it's all in the sun. All I see is in your eyes. Yeah, well, back to me, I'm mesmerized. All I see is in your eyes. Don't you know I'm hypnotized? Well, come on, baby, come on now. Yeah, well, come on, baby, come on down. Alright, well, 'cause you know size. All I see is in your eyes. Out there, yeah, out there, out there. Yeah, oh, baby, yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah. She got me. Girl, oh, girl, yeah. Got me, baby. She got me on time, all the time.
Welcome back, this is Smile Radio on Thursday night here for the Game Boys. We're back on air right now and bringing the lads back in. We've got Losthunstman, Jonathan Edwards.
Oi oi!
And we've got Dark Fusion 49, Ryin Leeder. He's actually Dark Fusion 48, but we can...
What's up?
Sup. So you can check Losthunstman, he's currently...
For all intensive purposes.
Yeah, for all intensive purposes. One day we will get a real Dark Fusion 49 and it'll just be the replacement. He'll turn up and we'll be like, Ryan, you no longer needed. 49 actually turned up this week.
It'll be Jerk, won't it? Tell me it'll be Jerk.
Wow. I can't either confirm nor deny this, but Jake may have a profile listed as Dark Fusion 49 when he's ready, when he's ready, but hey. Right at the moment, yeah, Johnny's playing Battlefield 5. He's doing alright. I mean, you had a little moment there while the song was playing, where you had a little help from a friend, like opening the door and shutting the door and free some ammo in between as well. A little bit of back and forth on the game, isn't it? Now, obviously, Battlefield is a little bit different to Call of Duty, because this is the one that everybody's always like either Camp Call of Duty or Camp Battlefield and that. And for me, I don't really like Call of Duty anymore. I used to, but they define themselves as two different games, whereas Battlefield's more team-driven. and strategy based, like you have to push to the point. Call of Duty's just straight out blah blah blah, kill kill kill. Everybody's like, yeah, everybody gets the points in that. So it's kind of that. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it. If it's a Call of Duty versus Battlefield.
There's more ways of doing well as well. If you're not necessarily the best shot, it doesn't matter.
Well, this is the thing. That was a very beautiful shot that I just clocked you catching there, Johnny. I've got to say, man gets a headshot, no problems. Like, but yeah, it's very much because I'm not a great murderer of sorts. I have to go rely on getting points and that, and that's what my thing is. I'm like the point taker and the engineer and the guy that fixes the crap that breaks down and that. Sometimes I take a tank. My speciality is flying though. I do love a good flying sim like Battlefield 2, which you're actually watching on. That's it. I am the Han Solo of the group. I've finally got to admit to this that I am, yeah, the Han Solo of the group, and yeah, that's just how I roll. But yeah.
Until you crash into the floor.
I ain't crash into the floor often. Battlefront, I've got a pretty good flight record. It's only bits of scenery when it glitches out and it's a bit laggy, because you know what that game is like for lagging. It gets pretty terrible when it glitches.
Yeah, and the hitboxes on some of the asteroids.
Oh yeah, as well as that. It's like, not even that. Sometimes I just sort of glitch into the asteroids as well, and that proper does me in, man. I can't handle that. So yeah, but yeah, it's one of these. Again, I love a bit of Battlefield 5. I may even be jumping on maybe after the show goes on, because we're here till 11 and we're almost at the end of our first hour. Can you believe that, lads? We're at the end of an hour of the show already. Yeah, it's
Time's gonna miss the rest of the show.
He is gonna miss the rest of the show, yeah. But hey, it's all good.
He was here for 2 seconds at the start.
He dropped in, he dropped out.
10 minutes.
Yeah, there we go. But hey, don't forget though, you can check us out on Facebook right now at Smile Radio Yorkshire. Also on at the GameboyZ of Smile Radio. Instagram is at Smile Radio 3, same as Twitter. And on Instagram for us, it's at GameboyZ of Smile. Check out our brand new Instagram page where you'll be able to see updates on that fantabulous swag that we've got coming out. Johnny, let's start with you on this one with the swag. What are you thinking here? What's your first thoughts? Is t-shirt or hoodie?
Oh, definitely hoodie for my mum.
It's for his mum as well, you know. See, Mrs. Johnny's mum going to be repping the Game Boys and the colours and stuff. So yeah, big up Johnny's mum there, you know. But you can get your hands on some of this fantastic merchandise. Check out our Facebook page at the GameboyZ of Smile. We have also got an online store now available. If you bear with me just 2 seconds, I can actually get you the address for it as well. It's the GameboyZ.myshopify.com, and you'll be able to see the selection. And the cheapest item on there starts from just £6, and that's just a key ring. But every little contribution helps towards making the show a little bit better, because then we can afford to upgrade our equipment, we can make our gaming a little bit better, we can make the show a lot better, you know. And then I might be able to afford to actually get some decent DJs in instead of these pair of clowns, you know what I'm saying? But hey.
No, we can get
we might get
Ritchie and get someone better.
Oh, there we go, look. We'll have to see. I'll have to build GameboyZ 2.0, which is something else I'm going to talk about a little bit this evening. Now, community has always been a big thing here at Smile Radio, and yeah, this year I'm kind of working on a little project, a little passion piece. I've got a meeting with Jake's headmaster tomorrow at his school. The idea is to get Smile into schools, so we can have like junior broadcasts throughout the day, getting kids into something new, learning how to run a radio station a little bit. But not only that, I want to work with the unsigned bands that we work with, because, you know, we work with so many unsigned bands out there that it would only be right to get some of them in to get kids into music again. Because the one thing that's driving me nuts, I have got to admit at the moment, the one thing that is driving me absolutely nuts is when I go on Facebook and I look on our community page, and all the old people do, and it's not just old people, there's like people of all ages, they complain about what the kids are doing on the streets today, and it's absolutely shocking. Like, the kids are knocking stuff over, and it's because there's nothing to do, and the government outlets keep cutting them away. Like, there was a place here called The Hut, and the council just started taking control of it, but no, not a lot of people really know about it. They don't really go down there. The only reason I knew about it is because my former radio station was based there. But yeah, there's not a lot for the kids to do, so I'm setting up an initiative to get kids into radio, hopefully get a few more independent bands in the mix. But yeah, so every little bit of merchandise that's purchased goes, of course, in aid to helping initiatives like that. And you know, that's what we're all about here at Smile Radio, is fresh independent content, fresh independent music, great shows, great content. As much as I joke about these pair of clowns here that I'm with tonight, we wouldn't have the entertainment that we would have without them, you know. So it's all part of the big wheel, and that's what we want to do here at Smile Radio and with the Game Boys.
Back independent amusement.
It is. It's all about creating something different, because the world at the moment is so full of like anger. It's like the world's just turned into the Hulk. You know, everybody's a little bit triggered by something at the moment. Cough,
The world's
cough,
just
Ryan.
fallen apart.
Everyone's become Ryan.
Yeah,
Oh,
everybody's
come
a
on,
little
I'm
bit
not
Ryan.
that angry. I'm not that bad. I'm bad, but I'm not that bad.
Oh, bad, but not that bad, yeah. But yeah, so, you know, we're trying to bring a little bit of ray of sunshine, a little bit of a smile to your face, and hopefully we'll be able to do that with some of this unscripted nonsense we've been talking here tonight on the Game Boys. Anyway, let's have some more music from some great independent artists out there, because we've got a playlist to work our way through this evening. I'm going to have another one of our Smile Radio featured artists. Now, again, if you're an independent artist and you're part of an indie band, get in contact with us here at Smile Radio. Email me, Ritchie, Ritchie.Johnston, JOHNSTON @smileradio.co. Get featured, be one of our Smile Radio featured artists, and yeah, get that promotion that you want, because it's all about you and what you can do and getting out to a newer audience, and that's what we're all about, you know. So yeah, anyway, before I kick over to the music, let's have a little sweeper.
Do you need some fresh music? Yes. Sick of the same old songs, non-stop 24/7? Well, okay then. Don't worry, we have you covered.
Like me.
No, not quite.
Interesting.
Smile Radio, the home of the best new independent rock, alternative, pop, and great entertainment.
Now playing is a bit of After Alice. This is Perfect Crime.
Is this the kind of love that keeps you moving? The perfect photograph of all your ruin. It's a matter of pride. Yeah, you can't do it. It burns inside, sits in your mind. Yeah, you're losing it. I hate it. I faked it. Is it all some selfish game? Do you know what truth is? Some sadistic lie you bleed, dressed up like Cupid. It's a matter of time, before you lose it. Just lose it. Burns inside, sits in your mind. Yeah, I'm through with it. I hate it. I faked it. I'm doing time. Do you love the mess you left behind? I hate it. I faked it. I'm doing time. Do you love the mess you left behind? Did you believe that I could be so naive? A perfect victim for anything you It's 4 a.m, he gurns and he regurgitates the sun. An argument where both sides have already won. He rolls his eyes, and then a cigarette, and then a £5 note.
glares at me emboldened by the outcome of a vote. His fingerprints say steelworks, my fingerprints say coal. The careers advisor pretty much said call centre or dole. This lad and me were a mirror, but it's well and truly shattered. Council estate, Teesside, in a kitchen getting battered. He says Brexit's fine, Britain needs to knuckle down and persist. And then he tells me I'm a snowflake, and that food banks don't exist. I got no money in my pocket, I got no control. No. Oh, 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 oh. I got no money in my pocket, I got no control. No. I'm a scaremonger, a sore loser, socialism's fucked. It don't matter who's in charge, mate, they're all a bunch of crooks. Warm cans of Carling, stubble around as lips. Fred Perry made the wardrobe, Shane Meadows wrote the script. Worlds apart, polarised, his jaw slowly clenches. Social civil war, as always, in the trenches. He doesn't channel racism, Islam, immigration. He talks of being left at sea, drowning in frustration. Listen mate, I agree, a decade sick to death. It's a salty dish to swallow when austerity's the chef. Folk come and go, they decline to interject. We're discussing politics, they're happy getting wrecked. A carousel of snide retorts from dehydrated throats. He rolls his eyes, and then a cigarette, and then a £5 note. I got no money in my pocket, I got no control. No. Oh, 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 oh. I got no money in my pocket, I got no control. No.
Welcome back to the Game Boys. That one there was No Alarms and Bad Advice. Before that was Skint and Demoralized, Story of My Life, Borough Kitchen 4am. And kicking it off was After Alice, one of Smile Radio's featured artists there with Perfect Crime. Now, find out about the featured artist is www.smileradio.co/featured artist. So yeah, get your fill on the featured artist. We update it as much daily as we possibly can. It's one of those ones, you know. But anyway, I'm going to bring the Game Boys back in for a little bit of chat now. So we're entering into hour 2, lads. We've already done an hour of the show. The first hour's under the belt. We've got Jam back now as well. Welcome back to the party, Jam.
Hello.
Did you have a good tea? What did you have?
It has not fallen down the toilet.
I know. What was on the menu
Yes,
this evening?
It was very enjoyable. A nice pork.
Nice fillet of pork, hey? Ah, very, very delicious.
Very nice.
Surely that's got to be heavy though for you to go to bed on, like, because you know, I mean, know you'll be up for a few hours beating your meat after the show and stuff, but you know,
Of course.
For you?
Yeah, you are.
That's being generous. It'd be like a few minutes.
Well, I like to be I'm feeling a generous me today. What can I say? It's one of those ones. But yeah, no, pork, very nice. I had a side of Kiev tonight that had no filling in it. It was like a fillingless Kiev, which you can't really call a Kiev. It's like meat and bread, isn't it? Or
Chicken.
Yeah, just chicken.
Chicken and breadcrumbs.
I had chicken and bread for dinner. Chicken and bread. But yeah, right, let's talk a little bit about Game of Thrones right now then. So last week we sort of breached on the fact that Johnny's a bit of a Game of Thrones fan. Jam, are you a Game of Thrones fan?
No.
No. And Ryan, do you watch Game of Thrones? I can't remember. What was your answer to this?
No, I don't watch it either.
No, but like from what Johnny told me, I came to the conclusion that Game of Thrones is pretty much like living in the ghetto, right? So you got your one guy, yeah, and he's fighting off against a bunch of white guys, but he's got his crew. Somewhere along the line, he's got in with his sister. Somewhere else down the line, somebody else has got in with their sister, and then they'll knock that sister up and stuff.
One in Norfolk.
Yeah. Well, apparently there's other places too. You know, you get some kid gets kicked out of the window, and then somebody's brought some dragons into it. Now to me, that's just another night out in Monk Hill. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's like I can't. That's what I can't get behind is the amount of like. I don't know. Would you call it brotherly love that's sort of displayed in Game of Thrones? It's one of these. It's
No, it's family fun time.
Yeah,
Brotherly love.
it does sort of bring a whole new meaning to sort of family fun time. It's like one of the days and that. And it's like I just never really been able to catch on to it. But however, the crossover I would sit down and watch, which we decided this evening, was Game of Thrones x Jeremy Kyle. Who would watch that one? You know?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Jan would be the first guest.
yeah. But yeah, Jeremy
Ryan
Kyle,
the second.
ex Game of Thrones, you can imagine it, innit? So yeah, my brother, he knocked me up, right? And then he hooked up with his other sister, and she got dragons, and them dragons have got some special brew in them, and yeah, he don't even talk to my kid / cousin anymore. I don't even know what it would be. What would it be? Would it be a sister? Would it be a sibling, a cousin, or what? I don't know. But yeah, somewhere along the line. And then you got Jeremy Kyle bringing him in, and he's like, you know what, you are a massive bleep, and you know you should like pay attention to your whatever that is. I don't know what that is over there in the corner, but yeah, you should pay attention to it anyway. Like, look at it. And then the bird rocks in with the dragons, and she's like, Jeremy, it's over and done with. The dragons will probably eat a couple of people or something. You know, I'd really watch that. I don't know. I think it'd just be a show that I'd watch, like a talk show based in the realm of fantasy. You know, it could be pretty crazy. I mean, hey, what's stopping us from like arranging a little something like that? We might even do a t-shirt design for it. You know what I mean? We'll knock one out.
Reality.
See how it goes. I mean,
Oh god.
to be fair, it is probably
The fact
a little
dragons don't exist.
Well, hey, have you met
Thanks,
my
Johnny.
missus? I'd say the dragons
Well,
very much
he had to
do
ruin it,
exist.
didn't he?
You know what I mean? So yeah.
No, just the fact that he completely
Well, they
went
do,
over
but
my
they tend to
comment,
look like your
it's cool.
mother-in-law.
Never.
Speaking of dragons, anyway, how you doing, Danny? Like, you know, she came downstairs this evening, like S-ing me up to hell. Like, didn't realise she'd come downstairs. I'm stood at the back door, and then I just hear this deep throaty cough. And then I end up nearly falling out the back door. She just flipping me the bird while we're having this like nice brief family moment here on Smile Radio. Not a Game of Thrones family moment, obviously, and that, but yeah.
Giggity.
Yeah.
What do you get up in your spare time, Ritchie?
Wait, how would it be Game of Thrones if you're not even
He
related?
doesn't get himself up. That's what.
Well, actually, let's not talk about that.
She
That's a
doesn't
bit-
either.
It's been a bit of an iffy subject today. I woke up super late, and by super late, I mean like I had 20 minutes to get Jake ready for school, and yeah, let's put it this way, he did not end up going to school today.
Oh, I think we've upset him.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. You know.
No flake is out.
But yeah.
That's
so-
it. We're all cancelled.
Anyway, on that note, we'll have a bit more
Thank you
unsigned
for
music
listening to the Game Boys.
here on Smile Radio right now. Yeah, we're going to have another featured artist. This is Broken Empire, and this one is Watch It Burn. You're listening to Smile Radio. This is the Game Boys, and yeah, we're here till 11 PM, rocking out with the best independent unsigned music from around the world. This is Broken Empire and Watch It Burn. Welcome back, it's the Game Boys here on Smile Radio. Now, you know, it's that time of the show where we have to go to a word from some of our sponsors because that's how we're funded here at Smile Radio. And if you're interested in being a sponsor, get in contact with us. Hit up Richard Harrison, which is richard@smileradio.co, and yeah, drop him an email, let him know what you're all about, and find out about the great individual advertising packages we could offer to you. Here's a word from one of our sponsors, though.
College Grove Nursery in Wakefield has been providing the highest standard of childcare for over 22 years. Situated on Eastmoor Road, we are close to the M1 and M62 motorway network and also convenient for Wakefield city centre, schools and major places of employment. For more details, check out our website at www.collegegrovenursery.co.uk or give us a call on 01924 200 120 to arrange a visit. College Grove, a special nursery which takes a hand, opens a mind and touches a heart.
That's right, that's College Grove Nursery. I'm going to bring the Game Boys back in now because we're back for some more chat. It's Game Boys, it's Thursday night, and yeah, you know, let's bring them back in. Hey fellas, how's it going this evening?
We're here.
Yeah, you're here.
Not too bad.
Currently playing the old FIFA 2019. You can catch the boys still streaming on Mixer, Losthunstman, Prizm, JH. It's just like by force of habit, I still keep.
I might just change it to
Mid One Man 24.
Change it back.
Yeah,
change
you know, come
no,
on.
I'm gonna change it to Prizm Jism.
Prizm Jism, I like that.
Oh, sake.
It won't let you have
God's
Prizm
sake.
Jism, I bet. Yeah. But yeah, the guys
If you
are
pay for it, I'll do it.
playing FIFA 2019 on the Xbox. Give them a follow on Mixer, Losthunstman, Prizm JH, and Dark Fusion 48. And of course, give me a follow, StoncoldStonian. Or there's also the other profile, Stoned 4TV. Of course I'm arrogant. I'm going to pump myself all the way. Pump it up. But yeah, don't forget though, also support the great show here that is the Game Boys. Buy one of our fantastic t-shirts available now
Press and hold here.
via our Small Radio Facebook page. Right, now we're coming up into the final half hour of the show this evening. I'm going to play
Don't be Spider-Man.
a bit more of the
This might become a problem.
preview, more
This
of
is
the
probably
individual advertisements here we've got at Small Radio.
3, 2, 1.
India, this 2019, we are looking for you. Small Radio is hosting
The year of the independent artist.
If you're an independent artist and you would like to feature on our website, absolutely free of charge, get in contact. Ritchie.Johnston@smallradio.co. That's RITCHIE.Johnston@smallradio.co. Send us a bio, let us know where you're playing live. Let us know where we can buy your music. And you know, send us a track if you like so we can put it into the mix so everybody can get a flavour of who you are. That's right, this year it's all about you, the featured independent artist. Smile Radio. That's right, be a featured independent artist here at Smile Radio this 2019. Get in contact with us. Hit me up via email, Ritchie, RITCHIE.Johnston, JOHNSTON, here at smallradio.co. Right, it's time for some more great new music here. This is The Fabric Bear and Pop Song.
With a chip that's missing from my shoulder in the cold.
Welcome back. That one there was Fabric Bear. We had a little bit of technical difficulties in the last little bit there, so yeah, we're going to try and bring the Game Boys back in. Fingers crossed that they can still hear me okay. Just going to give it a little whir. How are we doing, lads? You can hear me alright, yeah?
Yes.
There you go, that's what we get for multicasting the show over like 3 different counties, you know. Here I am in West Yorkshire, there's Johnny in Middlesbrough, and then you've got Batman and Robin, the Adam West variety, down in Norwich there, you know. So, yeah. Anyway, welcome back. It's the Game Boys here for the final 30 minutes of the show. We've still got some great tracks lined up this evening. We've talked about Avengers Endgame. We're all excited to go see that, except for Jam. He needs to go back and see Infinity War still. We've talked a little bit about Ghetto Game of Thrones, you know, the Jeremy Cole spin-off that everybody would happily probably pay to see. And then we've also talked gaming this evening. We've had Final Fantasy VII versus Final Fantasy 15. I think Final Fantasy VII won that. Those guys have never played it because it's 20 years old, which the downside to that is I'm the only one in the room that can say they probably played that on the day that it came out. So yeah, that's it's kind of sad.
Because we're not old age pensioners.
Well, you didn't get it back in '97, did you?
Yeah, I was sat there in the womb playing it.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, guys. Yeah, thanks. I'm approaching 36 this year, and it feels like I'm 56 when I talk to you guys. It's fantastic. But yeah, hey,
Don't say that.
On the bright side, we're all part of the gaming generation, so you know, there's always that side. We're united by gaming. Age is nothing but a number, which is something I really shouldn't quote after I watched that R. Kelly documentary. Let's be honest. So yeah, catch the guys now. They're on FIFA 19, currently busting up the pro clubs. Get a view on. They're on Mixer, Losthunstman, Prizm H, and yeah, Dark Fusion 49. See, I might as well call Jam Dark Fusion 49 for what it's worth, because I keep getting this gamer tag wrong anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, right, lads, let's talk about weekend. What's your plans for the weekend? Obviously, me and Johnny are stuck in here tomorrow night, rocking out like it ain't no thing. But Jam, it's your birthday weekend. What are you up to, boy?
I'm not going to be able to walk.
Oh, you?
How it should be.
Why, have you got a date with Terry Crews lined up or something?
My man's going to put me in a wheelchair.
I'll sing that song to you, innit? You know? Oh man. But yeah, so Jam's going to get paralytic. I've been hearing some interesting stories in the interlude about Jam on nights out. Rhino's Garden's been christened by vomit, apparently. Jam's vomit. And yeah, he ground up against a dude. So yeah, go you, Jam.
We could always have a segment.
I think
yeah.
Next week it will be a segment of Jam's night out, I think. You know, we'll want updates. And if anybody has a recording device on their phone, we need little interludes where you've recorded like a little interview with Drunken Jam, so we can play them back on air and just see how bad he really is, you know.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm going and I'm going to be sober, so I can record it all.
There you go. I always loved that about Ryan. The grumpiest one in the group is always the one with the bits that you need when you want it.
He's going to blackmail me.
Yeah, he is. You watch next week, Ryan will be like, hey guys, don't worry, I'm never going to have an Xbox problem again. Jam just brought me 3 new ones, and a big TV, and an internet connection for a year, so it's going well. It's going really well, so yeah. But yeah, so any venues that you plan on hitting in Norwich this weekend that like got any live music on or anything?
Let the ladies know, or the gentlemen in Jam's case.
Old Waterfront. Now, does Waterfront actually play
tomorrow.
Live music? Is it a live music venue?
Sometimes it does, but on nights out, no, it's just a DJ.
Just a DJ.
But it's still pretty good.
Okay, so you're hoping that this night a DJ is going to save your life? Is that the case here? Yeah.
I'm gonna constantly ask for songs and then yell, "It's my birthday."
You know the one song that you want to have is Journey, isn't it? Don't Stop Believing, and that's the one you've got to belt out at like 2 in the morning when you're like absolutely paralytic.
Yes, while Ryan records it.
Yes, and streams it to the Game Boys Facebook page, because of course, don't forget, you are all admins on that Facebook page, so yeah, feel free to stream the delights of Saturday nights here on Small Radio. So yeah,
I don't think that's wise.
We talked a little bit about the merchandise tonight, because that's kind of like one of the main aims of the show this evening. It's to sort of front our new merchandise range that we've got like coming out there. Johnny said his mum's going to be rocking the Game Boys hoodie. What have you other two got any preferences, hoodies or t-shirts?
Has to be a t-shirt.
See me?
It's got to be hoodie.
I'm just a tight F word and I'm buying the keyring, mate. I'm just going to have a keyring on my keychain. Like
Nice. Can I get the mug? So then you can get a mug on a mug.
Yeah, mug on a mug.
I want the car mats.
The car mats.
For a car I don't have.
No, there is that. I mean, that's the one thing, because like, when I was looking through what we could actually create on Build Your Brand last night, and that car mats was actually one of the things that you could actually make. So yeah, if you've got a car and you fancy rocking the old GBZ while you drive in style, while you give it your old Vin Diesel or your Paul Walker, not real life Paul Walker, because we all know how that ended, but you know, I feel really harsh saying that, but it's late night show, so I feel like I can crack that joke. But yeah, get a GameboyZ car mat, message us up at the GameboyZ of Smile Radio.
Plus,
and be like,
you know, all the girls will love it.
Yeah, you know, that's it, rocking on a side with a girl on your GBZs, there you go. And if you're a female, and you know, maybe a girl like it, or maybe a girl like it, it's open to anyone, Johnny. It's not 2018 anymore, but
true.
Jesus Christ, you know. Anyway, on that note, let's have some more music before we cut off to the final segment of the show, because we've only got 25 minutes left and we've only got a few tracks left. So next up on the list is Roots. This is by Matriarchs. You're listening to the GameboyZ. It is Smile Radio, Thursday night, 25 to 11. Booyah.
a most suspicious crowd. We exchanged short but generous chemical introductions and took to the stars. You said, I know just what you need to say, and that was the start. Then we were heathens, stone cold disciples of the sun. Oh, rock and rollin', being young, our only reason can shake this feeling that we've lived this life before. Oh, Nostradamus never saw when we were heathens. Rock talked and I rocked that neon ghost of Abelardo, and we'll send you when it fills lands devilishly free. Well, I spoke of Kennedy, well you spoke of England, and that girl you loved, you said you'd always love. You said you'd always love. Festival children, hooked on revelry and drums have been since 1991. The neon children run with the heathens. They find Apollo in their dark, provide more Bible studies, black heavenly meaning. Alright, that's what I'd die for, dear Bellado. I've been waiting on this, I've been waiting on you. Don't shy away, don't give up now, now the end's inside. We're the kings of the fucking underworld, it's cyanide. Then we were heathens, so cold disciples of the sun. Oh, rock and roll and being young, our only reason. Festival children, hooked on revelry and drums have been since 1991. They will always be. You're something I could never be. You're something I could never be. Hold tight, oh we can start again. Don't mind, oh we can start again. Right, oh we can start a war if you're mine. We can start again. And after the war was won, we lay broken in the grass, bleeding from our ears as reality returned at last. We told 1,000 lies to 1,000 shapeless faces about 1,000 things that we were never gonna do. But this much is true, we'll never see each other again. Not in this life, not after tonight. But when I see you at those pearly gates, you know I was right.
Yeah, we had a little bit of the Matriarchs of Roots, Low High by the Black Keys, and to finish that off there was the Kings of Ballado by the Paris Street Rebels. It's come to that time of the show, you know, another show's almost come to a close here, but I've got to remind you, don't forget to check out some of the great other shows here at Smile Radio. Tomorrow, an action-packed lineup kicking off from 2 o'clock with the Beth Williams indie singer-songwriter, like Americana country folk show, with a great mix of blues, indie rock, indie country, folk, everything that's nice and chilled out for a Friday afternoon. She kicks it off at 2 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, you've got Rich and a little bit of Chris coming in with the Drive Time Fix, playing the best of the featured artists, having a bit of Guess the Year. See if you can guess the year from the trivia clues, the songs, and events that happen around that time. And then also at 6 o'clock, you got Colonel Bacchus coming out straight from Tennessee, bringing his wacky mix of parody songs, DJing skills, and great music. And then from 9 o'clock, kicking off the Renegade Rock Fridays, we've got the Codfather with his alternative jukebox, the jukebox you cannot refuse. And then it's the Renegade Rock Show with us, the Game Boys. Me and Jonathan Edwards here tomorrow night from 10:30 till midnight, because he's off to see Avengers Infinity War and he's worried that that final showing's going to kick into game time, into show time. So he was like, yeah, hey up lad, can we schedule the show for 10:30 tomorrow, didn't you, Johnny?
Yeah, boy.
So if you don't hear us at 10 o'clock, it's all down to Johnny, it's all his fault. So anyway, we have been the Game Boys this evening. I have been Ritchie J. Catch me again tomorrow night with Jonathan Edwards, who I'm going to throw it over to so you can say your goodbyes.
Yeah, it's been good. We've had some weird chat, some good chat, and I'll say hasta la vista because I know you all want to hear it.
Hell yeah, as always. Of course, Jam, how can we forget Jam, Mr. Crappy Pants, who's going to be passed out somewhere, throwing up in somebody's garden, no doubt, this Saturday. Over to you, bud.
With all three fluids.
So if I'm actually alive by next Thursday, I will see you then.
Maybe.
And good night.
Yeah. And finally,
that's what I said if.
But not least, we've got the Dark Fusion 49. Rhino, over to you to say your goodbyes.
If Jam's not here next week, don't worry, I'll video it and you'll be able to see what happened. And good night.
We could always rely on a good old Rhino. Now stay tuned here at Smile Radio. We've got some great indie rock coming up over the next couple of hours. And then we've got the fantastic featured artist playlist coming up at 3 a.m. in the morning, where you can catch the best of the featured artists here at Smile Radio. 3 a.m. and 10 a.m. you can catch them on here. And if you missed this show, or you're tuning in right now and you're catching the end of it, catch it again on demand. We're available very shortly on Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and all great podcasting sites. And lastly but not leastly, support the Game Boys. Drop on by to the GameboyZ of Smile. Get yourself one of them fancy swanky Game Boys t-shirts and look stylish this 2019 with us, the Game Boys, and our own little brand. So yeah, exciting times ahoy. Final song on the list this evening is from Smile Radio featured artists, Octobers. Check them out, www.smileradio.co/featured artists. And this final song is Sunshine. Have a great night out there. Catch you all tomorrow. See you in the flippity flop.
When you still remember the taste of the night when the morning comes. It's everything you despise on the neon signs. It's a turning tide. The start of nights in the morning when you know it. It's your whole life in a moment. And the words still explain it for me in the morning. It's your whole life.